Scrollies loading 80%, 90%, 10%, 50%, 90%, 10%, 100%. Scrollies has loaded.
New update. Restart required.
If you were there in 2005 and you've read the title of this podcast, you know what I'm referencing. What is up? Welcome back to Scrollies. It is fully loaded. You have downloaded. Things download quick these days. And hey, they've improved a lot in a long time. And I'm here, Team Ratnado, someone who was there, and your Scrollies, one of your Scrollies hosts, Team Ratnado. And I am here with another, you should also install this podcast host. I know you can get me from my podcast host launcher, but we really need this other one. And so we're just going to install that for you right now. Here he is.
Sorry, you bought me on Scrollies, but I have my own separate introduction that you have to wait for that to load as well. That installed separately.
We also need your email. Again.
The password was incorrect. Okay, there you go. That's the one. How's it going, everyone? I'm SqatCobblr, and yeah, just because you own me over there doesn't mean you can escape this launcher. How's it going?
Oh man, we're doing good. Hey, we're already getting our way into 2023. Just like how Netflix used to do everything, and now there's a million channels. Now you have to download a bunch of launchers, and if you want to play, sometimes you have to download Uplay.
Sorry, War Staff.
What I loved about that is that it wasn't just Uplay. Now it's Ubisoft Game Launcher and then Ubisoft Connect, which it was trying to update to. So it's like Ubisoft can't even decide. I'm starting beef. All right, come at me, Ubisoft. No, wait, actually, don't. I don't want to call anyone out.
Bringing down the full force of all their open world markers, just stabbing into us.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, we're back with another episode of Scrollies in the new year. Welcome in. How's everything going for you? I'm here with SqatCobblr. SqatCobblr, how you been? What you been playing, man?
What have I been playing? Well, I have been replaying a certain game I enjoyed thoroughly that I happened to buy directly through the Rockstar Games Launcher for a specific reason that I guess we'll get into later. But Red Dead Redemption 2, I'm doing my first full replay. I started that a little while ago. I started on the Steam Deck at the end of last year. This time, to differentiate from before, I am doing a low honor playthrough, or at least attempting to. I feel really guilty when I do bad things, so I want to go and pet dogs and say howdy, how you doing to people, and get that honor back up. But nope, I'm gonna resist it. I'm gonna do a low honor playthrough to see how that affects things, to see what a dastardly Arthur Morgan is reflected upon and felt by all. So. Great game, one of my favorites of all time, and happy to be jumping back into it again for the first time in a couple of years, I guess, yeah. So started it in 2019 on the PC, but I guess technically speaking, I started in 2018 on the PS4, but I just ran around and played it like GTA, because I didn't actually own that console, and I just wanted to have fun.
I am surprised that you just didn't take 4 years to finish it for the first time, and really savor it.
If I had known better, I would have just taken twice as long, especially when the big sat happens, and just, dropped it for a whole year, then come back to it. And then, the pain would have gone away that way, right? Right? Ratnado, how about yourself? What have you been playing?
Oh, man, what have I been playing? I am finishing up Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core Reunion, in addition to Gotham Knights, which is pretty cool. Finally cracked it off. It's not terrible. It's okay. It's a little weird.
I will join you. Oh, I guess I won't join you because I would be getting it on PC, not PS5. But I may join you as an owner of it once it's deeply discounted on sale, and I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I don't have much going on right now.
Yeah. Well, I said when it got down to $30 I would do it, and it did from full price within a month, 2 months.
Within 2 months of release. That's a good sign.
and as not as great as it could have been in seeing all the cracks in it. When I'm Nightwing, It's all fine. It's all good.
Exactly. That's all you needed was a Nightwing simulator, and it could have been better. It could have been Arkham Knight, the Nightwing missions, not self-contained in a warehouse, but
oh my gosh,
beggars can't be choosers, right?
Yeah, exactly. You get what you get, and everything. Even in what else have I been playing? I've been playing a lot of games lately, actually. On my Ambernick RG351V, I've also been playing Pokemon Red once again. I know. Why would you do that?
Maintainer has clarified it's the one where you get a Pikachu, obviously. That's first and foremost. But also you can get all the starters from Red and Blue in the same game. I mean, hey, it's just the best of the bunch for that reason, right?
I know. It's just nostalgic. And I'll get onto Yellow pretty soon. I'm actually not that far into it. I've just been playing it on and off. It's just so fun on a Game Boy handheld. Like, it feels very nostalgic, and, I'm right now in my childhood bedroom, and so it just feels... it's nostalgic and it feels nice and everything is simple and clean. Let's say that.
Second only as an experience to playing it on a TI-84 calculator at half speed in your community college math class that you're barely passing because you're not good at math and you're really bored in the 5-hour summer-long sessions. You break it out and play it on there without sound as well. Certainly isn't my experience with Pokemon Red. That would be crazy. That'd be piratecat.gif.
I was gonna say that's not my experience, but I do understand that, and I gotta say that it's almost like you had to deal with some barrier to entry to play Pokemon Red on that calculator, right? There was something that...
there was just something keeping it from being such a smooth and succinct experience as starting it up and launching it from the TI-84 app list.
And what kind of person would put a barrier in between you and your video games, right, Squat?
Evidently Texas Instruments.
I don't have that one. Where do you download that?
It's a new one. It's launching this Q2.
You don't need the year. Don't worry.
Ratnado, I sense frustration in your voice. Tell me, what went down recently that led us to talk about these programs today?
Oh my gosh. I don't understand, and I've seen the rise of them. I was there in the beginning. Launchers have taken over. Everything is through a launcher, and it's the worst. I don't understand why there has to be so many. Recently, our good friend Papa Warstaff did a redeem, and I said this joking. I am joking, but every time I do a redeem, for some reason, Fate is like, we're gonna put 20 things in the way of you playing this game. You remember Chunky Cat's redeem, right?
Oh, I sure do. That was 2022. This is the year of the rat. So things are going to be different now, right? We can hope.
What happened there is he requested a game called From Dust, which looks pretty cool. I do want to try it out, but it required Uplay. And after a little bit of research, it looks like it's possible to play it without it, but it's going to take some finagling. And so, thinking about that, SqatCobblr, I don't know if you remember a world of video games, PC games specifically, without launchers.
I remember a world of PC games where every new release came on disc, and you'd load it into your disc drive. Yes, I do remember a world before launchers, but that was a distant past. That was 2000s, more so on the early side of it as well. Yeah. I feel like things really changed a lot somewhere in the middle of that. And in fact, I know around the time it changed for you because I can see it attached to your profile. The date, March 10th, 2005. You have committed yourself, for better or worse, to the launcher as a concept, have you not?
Yeah, people always make the reference to Aslan, Don't recite launchers to me. I was there in the beginning. I was there when the launchers came out. Don't disrespect my gamer cred, okay? I have 17 years of experience on a Steam launcher. And I remember back then it was pretty controversial too, I think as much as it is still now.
I don't know if Steam itself is controversial. They've kind of solidified themselves as the go-to place to the point people refuse to buy things anywhere else. But maybe that wasn't always the case, you say.
Yeah, It's pretty interesting compared to like the Epic Games anger that everybody had. Pretty similar to what Steam had in the beginning, and the only reason I got Steam was because I had to play Half-Life 2. I had to, and there was no other way. I mean, I guess like you could get the discs, but I think you still had to go through the installer. And the problem back then, OG Steam was incredibly slow. The joke, kind of the bit I made coming into the episode with like loading, it was very notorious for being like, okay, 0%, 80%, yes, this is gonna go quick. Just kidding, 10%. And like, yeah, you quickly go from like happy to sad and things like that. And the anti-vax system, you know, as good as it is now, there was a time when it was very annoying and very like, it wasn't as good as it could have been, and people were still cheating. But that goes to show you like how, I mean, for me at least, how big of a hold Half-Life 2 is. It wasn't a question so much as like, oh, okay, you finally got me, Steam. I will download you. As I played a lot of video games on PC from middle school to high school, that was my, I guess, sophomore year of high school that I finally did it and got Half-Life 2.
I jumped onto the Steam train way later into the game in the mid 2010s. I think if I remember right, it was in order for someone to gift me a game. They're like, "Hey, get a Steam account. I want to give you this game." I'm like, all right. I think it was Skyrim even, and they gave me the Legendary Edition, which then qualified me to get the Special Edition for free when that came out, which then qualified me to get the Anniversary Edition for free when that came out. So I've never had to pay for Skyrim because of that friend. So shout out Kinpui.
There you go, shout out.
I as well remember a time way before. I mean, you just play it, you know, computer games off your disc, but I think everyone kind of just went to Steam when that became big because it was the only digital distribution platform that could really like manage having hundreds and thousands of games on it. And I think it really just solidified itself as the staple launcher in a lot of people's mind, to the point where now there are people who refuse to even consider getting things on another launcher, even if it may be cheaper, even if it may be the developer's launcher. Like, it's just inconceivable. Ratnado, you may consider yourself among that camp, but I feel like, for me, understanding and agreeing that launchers are a pain and they're annoying, and I don't know why I have to install a new launcher for every single game, even if it's just for one game. It seems like half the time. But I fully embrace launchers. You know, I think they're just a necessary evil to deal with. And sometimes when you spread your collection out amongst all these different platforms, you can get some really good deals, including free through a lot of games. And that may be how they sunk their claws into them. They offer me some free games. I mentioned Red Dead Redemption 2 at the start. I had the option of waiting a couple weeks for that to come to Steam, which probably would have been for the best because it was really buggy when it launched on PC. I couldn't even launch it the first day I got it, and I was like, oh, this is so sad. So DVT lent me his PS4, and I went and I got the PS4 copy from GameStop temporarily. Shame on me. With getting Red Dead Redemption 2 through the Rockstar launcher, I was able to get 3 games for free as well, because they gave you San Andreas, the original version, for free just for getting the launcher when it was first coming out. And then I selected Max Payne 3 and LA Noire. Likewise, Uplay offered me a lot of free games as well. I think Assassin's Creed 3, Rayman Origins, Beyond Good and Evil, Child of Light, all of those I got for free just for having Uplay. And sure enough, now I have it. Now it's installed, so all my Ubisoft games launch through there, and they have to.
And you've played those games front to back all the time.
Oh, all the time, every single one of them. No, I need to play Rayman, especially Rayman Legends. I think I got that for free later, and man, that's Chunky Cat says one of the best side scrollies.
Wow.
I mean, hey, if Cat takes the time to play something that's not Breath of the Wild and Skyrim, I mean, that's got to be at least worth a look.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's absolutely right.
I know for some, nope, they won't stand for it. They'll just wait for it to come to Steam.
Yeah, I think that's well, I mean, I don't mind it so much. Like, I do have a number of them, but it is always like, how much do I want to do this? Like, since then, I've kind of been like, I'm trying to figure out how to make it work with From Dust, and I'm almost to the point where like, I'll just do it. I might as well. It's not gonna be that big of a deal since I can't make it work through Steam. And I don't know. They've had a bad connotation, I think, for a lot of reasons that I think came up with Epic Games, and it really shows how far like Steam has come in terms of trustability, good user practices. I think everyone maybe they're not so much involved. Gay Ben isn't so much involved, and people aren't praising Valve nonstop. But there was a time when everyone was like, "Oh, we don't like this thing. Change it, please." And they would actually do it. They would find a system that worked, that built trust, that made people want to invest. Like you feel like you're safe on Steam.
Yeah. The worst thing you could say about Steam is that it basically caused Valve to stop making games, and their games are really good. But no, I've never had a bad experience with Steam. Even if I've had like some problem with a game or something, I've reached out to support. They've worked out a solution. If I need to like install a patch or a mod or something, I've had no issue doing that as well. They're not going to like suddenly brick or ban my accounts for doing that. So it leaves a lot of freedom and control and assistance when needed in the user's name. Not a Steam plug, but I mean, if you're playing on PC at all, you're more than likely going to have it already.
yeah, exactly. I think that's, I mean, as far as like what you have, I don't know, maybe let's name off some of the launchers. I know Squat has a longer list than I do.
Oh boy, let me go through what I just have installed on my PC right now. So naturally Steam, number one, and then Epic. I was never like wary of Epic, like staying away, but I mean, I also didn't really have much need for it jumping on board because I didn't play Fortnite or Rocket League or none of the Epic Games catalog. However, through their free game program, which hey, whew, that suckered me, and like anyone else, that got me on board Epic Games. So I was snatching up those before I ever played a single round of Fortnite or Fall Guys or Rocket League. And then naturally, Ubisoft Connect, as it's known as now, formerly Uplay, the Rockstar Games Launcher, EA. It used to have Origin, and now it's something else, but it doesn't even work half the time. Additionally, there's a few launches that I have through Epic Games, the itch.io launcher, which actually prides itself as being there's no DRM attached. You can just get the games directly from the website. Yep. But this is a way for you to have them all in your PC library. Like,
wait a second, was that are those the itch.io games from the
why yes indeed, I do have the bundle for racial justice and equality and the bundle for Palestinian aid all attached to my itch.io account. So that's well over 5,000 games right there that I can easily just spend all my time playing and never have to buy anything again, except a lot of them are just PDFs and yeah, not all the cream of the crop. I'll say that. Just ask one Doobie teen if you have a seance board. What he thinks of that.
Here's what you have to do. You have to draw a circle, and within that circle, you need to make 4 partitions. In the top partition, you need to put a PSP. In the left, you put Catherine full body. Game console. On the right, a Del Taco green burrito, and of course, in the bottom.
Naturally, in the bottom corner, you tie it all together with a photo of Robin Hood, the Disney animated classic, and a very cornerstone character for the late team.
Yeah, and you might see him. You walk around it backwards 5 times, and they say Doobie Teen may appear to you to tell you about the itch.io games.
Yeah, so that's on there, and I also have the GOG Good Old Games launcher for a few games that I have on that. I have BattleNet, which is just for StarCraft, basically.
Yep.
I have War Thunder, which launches War Thunder, and then Ratnado. I actually self-installed a launcher by choice that's completely third party that you can just add everything to, called Launchbox. I highly recommend it if you want to take the time. It supports emulators. It supports all of your PC library, so Steam, Epic, you can add into there. I don't usually use it for the PC games because I find it doesn't really auto update, and I get so many new games on there all the time that I'd have to go in and basically re-add everything
every single time.
It has a pretty nice layout. It's got little artwork and synopsis for each game, and I mean, if you want to just have everything in one place, Launchbox is what you want to use. But
right.
Yeah, I have a lot of launchers, is what I'm trying to say.
And again, you used every single one of them every day.
If I hadn't gone in and disabled it, every single one of them would launch every time I turned on my computer, which would just fill the screen with a bunch of loading and verification, installing updates, and yeah. it's a pain, but it's a bearable pain most of the time for me.
See, that's the thing, is I'm pretty flighty with what I play on PC, just because I generally prefer sitting at a couch with a controller.
Sure.
But you know, I can't really deny it too much, because I have 800 hours in Final Fantasy 14 in 6 months. So you know, I guess that's kind of a lie. But I will say though that I do have a couple. I'm not averse to them. I just don't like it. I have obviously Steam, which I've had for a long time, and that's kind of like my default. I have Epic Game Store for Fortnite, and then whatever free games I get there. And then I've got GOG, same thing, which I love. I got that for like Fallout and Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds, because, you know, I think in 2020 I got some nostalgia, and I just wanted to play those. Shout out Plaidman. I got to get him into Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds to play, because it's just Age of Empires, but with Star Wars, and it's super fun. Great game. And then I've got Battle.net for StarCraft. Just for StarCraft, that's it. Well, I guess I did play World of Warcraft a little bit.
Warcraft as well, if you're into that. And I think a lot of the Activision games are also through Battle.net these days. And I mean, hey, Activision Blizzard, we all know what went down there. I haven't really been playing StarCraft much lately. Not just because of that, but also just because I
it takes time.
It takes time.
And then finally, I also have EA Origin for, and only for, Command & Conquer Generals.
I think all of my EA games that I have through that are the Star Wars games they developed. So Battlefront, Battlefront 2, Fallen Order, and now Squadrons. And I think 3 of those I got through Epic, actually. So you get a launcher with your free game. It's like Christmas.
It's just a lot. I mean, it's not that bad, but in a way, I feel like a little bit of a minimalist.
Ratnado, what about the experience of starting a game through a launcher has proven so irksome to you? Why are you trying to steer away to go back to a simpler time, to recapture that ease of use of just clicking on the game icon on the screen, having it start?
There really, I mean, yeah, it's simplicity. There was a time when you could put in a CD-ROM, click on an icon, and you're going. But I think the main thing is just like having to sign up for everything, and then I'm getting emails. You know, even if I say, "Hey, please don't send me any," I'm getting, "Hey, just so you know, right now you can get whatever game remastered for 20% off for $35." And I like you're saying, I guess I could just take an extra couple steps and like disable or turn off those things. But it's just, if it's for one game, that's the problem. If it's just for one game, if it's Steam, it's like, yeah, I've got tons of games and I have to sign up for something for Steam. Totally fine. I get it. And I wish that it was just a little more centralized. And everyone thinks that, hey, that launcher's doing good, let's start our own. And it's like, no, the reason people like that launcher is because this isn't happening now, where you have to go to everywhere. I mean, kind of like, you know, the streaming wars a little bit. It's like, it's not that people like streaming, it's just that it's convenient.
Yeah, I think that's really what it is. Everyone saw how well Steam did, how much money Valve's made from it, and they just want a piece of the pie, so they're trying to do the same thing, but worse. Yeah. Like Epic, I mean, Epic, for what it's worth, like, I think they've built a lot of goodwill just from having all the free games given away because of how much money they've made off Fortnite. They really can just afford to take the hit.
Yeah.
But there's just a vast ocean of difference between the quality of the actual launcher itself compared to Steam. There's a lot of features that are missing and years in or have not been added and probably won't be added.
Yeah.
I still buy a few games through Epic every now and then. They give away coupons a lot, so I see no reason not to use them. Just recently, I finally picked up God of War, the PlayStation title. I got that on Epic for, I think, around $20, which is great deal on that. So I mean, you know, it's there. It's probably like the second biggest compared to Steam, but I know for a fact Jason Pluviophilian, if you listen to this, currently playing Portal 2 like the Valve fan he is.
Oh, bless his heart.
He refuses to get Epic Games Launcher based on principle alone. I can respect that.
I think that's I love Steam for that reason. Again, we're not endorsing Steam necessarily.
I'll endorse the Steam Deck fully, but Steam itself, I mean, hey, they've done mostly good, a little bit of bad though.
Frick you, pay me. No, I do like Steam though, because it is a pretty easy way to tailor my likes. I mean, in a kind of almost in like a Spotify kind of way, where I'm like, yo, shout out Draco Lair. He's been playing this game. It's on sale. I'll give it a try. Or, SqatCobblr has this on his wish list. Merry Christmas, buddy. This one's for you. And that's very cool. And I like that. Like it's got so much user experience that I really enjoy.
Funny enough, that's probably what I like the least about Steam is the social aspect of it. It's the same thing as like having your Nintendo Switch like list always on. Like some people just turn that off because they don't want people to see what they're playing. And I mean, like, I don't have anything to hide. Like, I'm not playing, what is it, the Sakura collection. I only know that because of Doobie Team, folks. So don't be thinking otherwise. Having Ratnado say, Squad, I see you're playing this, and when I have not even mentioned it, it's like, I guess people can see whatever I'm playing just because it's on Steam and that it displays it on my profile. In fact, it gives a little alert to all my friends that are online when I'm loading something up. So, not the biggest fan of that, but it is cool when you can utilize that to give away stuff, or you can pair your library with a friend, see what else you have if you're looking for a multiplayer game to play, things like that. I mean, that's all well and good. It's just a little public if you're wary about that. You got to be aware of it when you load something up.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Yeah, but hey, if you really just get an alt account, just get a Steam. I'm trying to say a fake Finsta, but for Steam. If you're really worried,
I'm not that introverted, but maybe someday.
Yeah, see, I love that. That's maybe it's because I'm extrovert that I love that I can be like, Code's playing this. That's awesome. I can talk with him about it now. And I know when Squat's playing. I brought up Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I never mentioned it to him, but he knew I was playing it. And Elden Ring as well. He knew I was playing that before I ever said anything.
I wouldn't have noticed it. Well, Tomb Raider I noticed because it kept opening and closing for like 20 minutes. I'm like, it's probably a Steam Deck thing.
Yeah, it was a Steam Deck thing. I was trying to tweak the settings to get them just right at first, and then I was also playing it in short little bursts. But I did get my Steam Deck recap, which I guess that's another thing. Maybe that'll be another episode, is recaps, because everyone's doing a recap now. But Tomb Raider was my most played on the Steam Deck in the month and a half that I had it at the end of the year. So
there you go. I don't know. I think it's fun. I think it's a good time, and it is cool. Like now, I've had multiple people now that I'm like adding more people on Steam. Be like, "Whoa, your account is 17 years old," and I'm like, "Yeah, I guess it is. I guess I should kick it out and make it buy its own place for pretty soon."
Just about, Ratnado. It's just about there. Soon it'll be able to buy a drink for you.
Oh man, if I had just had a kid when I had Steam, I could almost retire.
Nearly.
Because I'm doing so well.
If only you invested in Bitcoin too, right?
Oh gosh. Really quickly, I know I've told some people this. Someone offered me $500 of Bitcoin in 2011, and I didn't do it, which would be I would be retired right now if I had just done it.
Well, we all have that moment that we look back and said, could have changed it all, but had we only known. You've probably had a million other moments like that turned out to be complete scams. So, hey, you lose one, but you gain the rest, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay to be cautious, kids.
Every now and then. Anyway, we're not talking crypto. We're still talking launchers. I personally don't mind them. I've learned to live with them. They are annoying on occasion when I just want my game to launch and work, and they won't because they have to go through all these, like, be online. What is it? Tenuvo? That's a whole thing in addition to launchers. But I mean, just let me play my games, folks. I bought them. I don't need to go through all this struggle.
It's offline. No one's worried about this. Like, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, but aside from those instances, I don't have much issue with them. Ratnado feels strongly, and that's okay.
Yeah, just because I remember the time before Squat. I remember when it was so simple.
We don't live in that time anymore, Ratnado. It's gone. It's never coming back.
Never coming back. That's fair.
Bit of a rant episode today, folks.
Ratnado.
We just had to get it out there. Let us know what you think about launchers. How many do you have? Do you swear off anything but Steam? We know a few you do, but let us know in the Discord.
And those of you that hate Epic and hate Fortnite, Dee and Eggy and I are coming for you. We got Squat. We got Mooncat. You're next.
Yeah, it's the MLM of gaming. You got brought in by someone, now you have to bring in someone else.
All right. Well, hey, January is coming to a close. And so, hey, Scrollies is coming up on our 1-year anniversary pretty soon.
We're going to be doing a Q&A next week to celebrate. So any questions you have for me and Rad about the podcast, ourselves, our stream, anything like that, feel free to ask them. We got threads in the Discords, Huge and the Rat's Nest. Alternatively, you can also DM them to us or email them to scrolliespodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear what you want to know, and we'll be looking forward to answering those pretty soon. So be looking forward to that. You have until this weekend to send in your questions.
And so get ready for that. Hey, we're going to do something fun for that. Yeah, so we're still trying to get a movie night going, just because I feel like I've lost a lot of inspiration for like writing and creativity. And one of the things I like to do is just pick the best movies, the best shows of a genre, and just be like, get inspired and watch it. And so, hey, we're going to be doing those. I think by that point we're going to be starting it. Shout out the Choo Choo Boys. We just hit, I think, 18 members.
Choo Choo Boys!
And this is pretty fun. We're not like necessarily openly recruiting, but we're trying to find people. Only cool people apply. I've made a goal for the Choo Choo Boys, which is to do savage raids, which is pretty difficult. These are like, you have to really kind of go into it with both eyes wide open with some training. And we're going to do some sort of goal. And we're going to have a team, basically. If we can clear some savages, maybe even an ultimate, the goal is I'm going to get some jerseys for people. We're going to have some Choo Choo Boys jerseys.
The full team. You'll have to get a rugby jersey for Vivian.
For Vivian, yeah, that's true. That she did request that. Or cricket.
Yes.
So that's going out there. We're still recruiting. It is kind of fun. I am having fun with that because it reminds me of playing sports like when I was a kid, and like, hey, yeah, we're still looking for like, you know, a good healer in the backfield, and you know, we're playing around and looking for our best spot at DPS. So hey, come try out for the Choo Choo Boys. What about you, Squat?
Still moving along with the YouTube. Got more episodes going up of Mario and Rabbids. By this point, I'm hopefully on to World 3. Wrapping that up pretty soon. And yeah, once the game's finished up, I'll be moving on to something else. A heavily requested game, maybe? I guess you'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, make sure to do that. Check out Huge, the humble union of gaming enthusiasts. And they're doing great. It's kind of becoming a hub for Fortnite, for the gang.
Straight up. Every day it seems like someone's playing Fortnite. Usually Eggy and Didi.
Geo.
Bringing the people in. Yeah, Geo really wants to play with me. I've been told. I'm like, I want to play with Geo too, but we just keep crossing paths like this. Like, oh, we just missed each other. So, Geo, if you're listening to this, let's play Fortnite. Let's find a time. Let's settle this once and for all. Who's the ultimate victory royale? Or
hey, I want to get in there too, because I remember Mooncat was like, I want to play with you and Squad. I'm like, let's do it. Like, I would love to play with Mooncat. Just ships passing in the night continues to happen.
Eggy keeps DMing me like, hey, this person wants to play with you. This person wants to play with you. I'm like, I can't imagine why.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's get a full squad up of 4 of us.
Go check them out on Humble. It's not just Squat, it's not just Didi. You've also got Maintator and Andrea H001, who is great. Hey, she's also an honorary Choo Choo Boy. So.
Shout out Andy. She cheesed the Trial of the Sword in Breath of the Wild earlier today, at the date of recording. She went from the very beginning of the game with 3 hearts and was able to pull the sword with a bit of a glitch, and able to partake in that DLC chapter. I haven't played the DLC for Breath of the Wild yet. Maybe I need to this year before the new one comes out. But yeah, looked fun.
Perfect. All right, that'll do it, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace out.
See you later. Take it easy. I can see it attached to your profile. The date is in the year 2005.
Yep.
Let me get the actual date. I can do that again.
Yep. I
think you definitely have the oldest account that I'm friends with, though. I was checking that a while ago. I was like, oh wow, an OG. Hang on, it's verifying installation, so it'll be there. It'll be there in a second.
It is so convenient.
Better not make me log in again on this device.
It's so convenient. So it's everything.
Connecting account. Yeah. Okay. We're getting there. Hey, it popped up. Okay, let's see. Let's take a look-see here.
When could it have been?
All right, scrolling. Oh, Pluviophilian. Shout out Pluviophilian playing Portal 2.
Jason.
Certified Hood Classic. Jason. I'm trying to find your account. Are you online? You are online. All right, let's see. View profile. Member since.
You should be able to hover over it, I think.
I don't even know where it says it.
Top right, just hover over the years of service.
Oh, the years of service. I'm gonna open it.
Yeah, go for it.
Another launcher I gotta wait for. This one hopefully will go faster.
Yeah, no worries.
San Andreas, LA Noire, Max Payne 3. Why can't I remember it? Obviously, I haven't played it. If I can't remember what it's called.
I'm like looking up Rockstar Games and like.
Great! I gotta install something. Of course.
I think we should leave this in. This is emblematic of what I'm talking about.
This encapsulates the experience right there.
Let's look at their games. List of
Here,
games.
while I'm waiting for this. Likewise, oh my gosh, I gotta install something else. So that being what it is, I'm now entering my password into the Rockstar Games Launcher just to figure out what this mystery game is.
We have to keep this in. I feel like at this point we have to. This is all part of the bit.
Okay, loading, and it's done. All right.